My name is AK Dance and welcome back to the State of the Nation. I'm happy to be here with you. But before I go any further, I would like to tell you about a habit that we should stop as South Sudanese, something that has been going on a lot and we need to stop it. Please, let's stop posting bodies of people that are passed on social media. That is so, first of all, it's a breach of privacy. Second of all, it's so disrespectful to the deceased and also to the deceased family. Last week we had a very horrific act where three children were murdered and people were posting their pictures on social media, their real pictures in the crime scene, which is very bad. I feel bad for the family members. They have to see these things on social media for the rest of their lives, and that is very bad. Please, let's stop doing it. Otherwise, I really wish and pray that my government gets justice for those kids, and I hope they rest in peace in heaven where they belong. Otherwise, let's go to our weekly headlines. And one of our weekly headlines was something that said in the media a week ago that poor English contributes to the reason why most South Sudanese are unemployed. Poor English. Unemployed because of poor English. Now I understand where our Minister of Health is employed. Yeah, she has good English. That's the reason why she's employed. Now I understand. Yes, we need to. I typically understand what's going on right now. But come on, guys, let's stop being sarcastic as a country. We all know that poor English does not help in our country. People get jobs with no English. This doesn't matter at all. Just say they have poor English and they're not connected. Those are two things that your English might be poor, but you're also not connected. Or you might have good English and you're not connected, so you still not get a job. I'm a big fan of sports. I'm a big fan of Manchester United. I support Manchester United. I love Manchester United, and we're in for the Champions League next season. Yeah! But Liverpool made the biggest news in South Sudan in sports last week. After winning the Premier League, after the 30-year wait, Liverpool fans in South Sudan donated foodstuff to the less privileged in South Sudan, and they helped a lot of people, a lot of food, a lot of things. And I want to congratulate them. I want to give thumbs up to them. That was a dope thing to do. But to my surprise, when Liverpool fans were distributing the foodstuff and everything, I saw Arsenal fans there. Arsenal fans. These people are so petty. They were there receiving the food stuff. And this is the reason why Arsenal does not succeed as a team. Their fans are so petty. The team is so petty. They don't buy players. They don't invest in themselves. Come on, Arsenal. And yes, this was a great week for South Sudan again, as two of our models were featured in the movie Black is King, the Beyonce movie. Yay! Two of our models, Awenchual and Adula Kate, in the movie with Beyonce, grabbing shoulders, doing the thing. South Sudan to the world. But to my surprise, the fact that they were featured in the movie did not make so much news as their relationships made news in South Sudan. Like we all know when Awenchual married her wife, everyone, how can you marry a woman? Blah blah blah. It went in Mumbai, it reached every single place of South Sudan. When Adula Kate started dating a Nigerian, it reached every single corner of South Sudan. Now they are here in the movie of Beyonce. And it is not reaching Mumbai at the same pace. And this is the thing, I came to realize that South Sudanese don't care about you. They don't care about what you do. They care about who you're sleeping with. That's it. Like even when Lord Deng met Obama, it was in the news. Hey, Lord Deng has met Obama. No, like yes, he has met him, but who is he sleeping with? Is it a South Sudanese or not? South Sudanese, we need to put our shit together. There are better things to focus on than who is sleeping with who is dating who. That's none of our business. Come on, guys. Back to the coronavirus news. This week, the Department of Mental Health in the Ministry of Health released a statistic saying that there has been 70% increase in drug abuse during the pandemic. Yes, 70%. That's really bad. We know how many people are using drugs during the pandemic, but we don't know how many cases of coronavirus we have in the country. But that is cool. Which is the reason as to why actually the World Bank has decided to give us another loan of $45 million. $45 million 45, and we don't know how many people have the virus. The only thing we know is how many people are using drugs during the virus, which is the easiest thing to figure out. You don't need 45 million to know how many people are using drugs. Just look at your son, the way he walks, that's one person is using drugs. Look at the neighbors, the way he does another drug. Look at the streets. 7 people, 70%. You don't need 45 million US dollars to figure that out, right? But here's the thing: 45 million US dollars. Who's gonna pay that money back? Us. And that's what I think, because in South Sudan, we are about 10 to 12 million people. So from the last census, it was like 10 million, but maybe there must have been an increase. Let's say 10 to 12 million people. And we have a $45 million loan. How about you give every citizen 1 million? Since we don't even have a budget for next year, like give every citizen 1 million and keep the change. Like the government can keep the change and we go into the next year. Because I feel like right now as a country, since we don't have budgets and all that, we should be getting pocket money to get into the next country. Just give me $1 million. I'm done with you. I'm not touching whatever you're doing if you give me $1 million. Let's be bros, man. Like, come on, right? You know what I mean? I mean, if we all get 1 million and get into the next country, next financial year with it, we would be able to meet the statistics that our president spokesperson was saying, because we had him say that there are about 10,000 to 1 million people that drive cars with South Sudanese number plates in East Africa. First of all, that's a big number for people who are owning cars in a foreign country. And second of all, I don't think that's how people do this calculation. You don't do that. Is a wide thing to do. 10,000 to 1 million is a big thing to do. Like, how do you jump from 10,000 to 1 million? In normal cases, you should say there are 9 to 10 million people. Like that. It's like saying there are 2 to 10 people who do this and that. Why are you jumping from 2? Like, go closer to 8 or something like that. Get what I'm saying? But the thing is, there's so many people, of course, that use foreign cars, drive cars in a foreign country with South Sudanese number plates, but we are not 10 million. For us to be 10 million, we need that money. Give us that pocket money and we shall meet the statistics. But however, he went ahead and also said that our president, President Salva Kiir, is a very good president. If you put him in a country that has good institutions, he would make a very, very good president. Yeah, I agree with you. If we put him in a country that has good institutions. But here's the thing, Mr. Spokesperson. All countries with good institutions are occupied right now with presidents. There's no single country. How about we just build good institutions in our country and he does what he was supposed to go do outside? Like, there's no single country right now. I try to check, all countries have president. There's no country without a president and all that. Let's build our own institutions. Mr. Ataniwek is one of my favorite politicians in South Sudan. Like, I love how he answers things, and he's been having this whole back and forth with Peter Biya, who just moved to the States. And today I was going through Twitter, and Peter Biya said something where he insinuated that our president, if our president denies the fact that he tried to send goons after him and all that, he should go and prove it in the US federal court. Our head of state should go and prove it in a US federal court, like in a court in the US. Okay, I don't know how to feel about this, but here's the thing, Mr. Peter Biya. Let me just tell you this thing. If indeed you want him to go do it in the US federal court, at least have some respect for us and make him get tried in New York. You know, all those cool states. Don't make our president get tried in Texas. Like, no, have some respect for us. Like Minnesota, what is he doing there? Put him in all these posh countries where the Lamborghinis, then he gets tried there. That could make more sense. But here's the thing, guys. Imagine our president getting tried in a US federal court. Like, he's in court right now. Like, it's just, I'm the president and I'm in the court. Then there's a judge. No, there's a lawyer that just comes there and then like, Mr. President, did you send people to go attack Peter Biya on the date of this and that in Nairobi?
Where are you coming from? You are the people who are telling us that you do this or do that. I'm now just like a child.
I I feel like that would be the craziest court session ever. Just that would be his response. Like there is no other response that I would expect from my president. That is the only response that I would expect from him. Anyway, and finally, lastly, former 32 state governors are demanding the president for their post-service compensation. Apparently, the president promised them to give them money after the whole thing, after they're all gone and all that. Post-service, what compensation? Post-service. If you go to all these states, you'll actually realize that there was no service done in these states. They actually serviced their cars more than they serviced the states themselves. And I just came to realize, at this point, I just believe that South Sudan perhaps is a company that was registered somewhere. Somebody just registered it, like people just own it. It's just a company, the people who are partners, the governors, the politicians, they have the partners in it. You can just demand for your share anytime you want to, if you want to leave the business. And then we, the citizens, we are the employees of that business. Like, these people own it. It's not ours. We don't own this thing at all. Anyway, that's your country for you, and that's my country for me as well. Thank you so much. My name is AK Dance, and this has been a great blessing doing this episode with you guys. Please, this has been the State of the Nation. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week. Please follow me on Instagram, AK Dance, Twitter, AK Dance 211, Facebook page, AK Dance. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, AK Dance. Be blessed. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.